Good morning, my revolutionary people. It is day 45, and it's early today. Day 45 of running from my family cult, the Kudearoffs. So it's early. My video last night freed me from the people trying to destroy me with their car exhaust. My brain is all over the place from all the ecstasy and lead. It's in my water still, so it's just annoying. So there's my little rant for the day. There's my Grumpster morning. But it's beautiful outside today. And since my video last night freed the car people from trying to destroy me, I figure we should keep going. And we should talk about my Aunt In and her union workers, and how my mom also enslaved union workers after she got out of the military. So my mom worked on the military, and my Aunt In, she worked on union people. And then when my mom was done with the military, she also started in on the union people. And then my cousin Jay did prison people. So basically my whole family, wherever they go, they enslave people. And basically with the union, the military, and the prison people, they have a corner on all the markets, because that was a long time ago. That was when I was young. It's even before I was born that they started doing this. And so those people have moved on to so many different industries. There's no way for people can't escape. I can't escape. You people can't escape. Once you have come in contact with their evil, you're just stuck. So my best guess is if I overtly say what's happening, I might be able to offer you freedom of a little bit at least. And then because if we talk about it, then it can't go on covertly, because it is what it is. So I actually wrote some notes just so I could remember everything. So we got the military and the union workers, and those people go all kinds of places, because they're not who does one thing for their whole life? We all have done something else than what we do right now, because it's called growth and evolution. And then one of the people's, the groups that I feel the worst for, I don't really want to say anything because it could make my situation really bad, and I feel sorry for them because they're in a tough position, and they're not as bad here as they are on the West Coast. The people on the West Coast, they've been intertwined with the evil so much that it's become their own evil, and they don't even. And there's a car that just had awful exhaust that went by. Ooh-wee. Okay, so we got the law enforcement people. They are stuck in a weird place because they signed up to do noble things, but I bet you it's just their past that's haunting them, because I'm sure a lot of them were union workers or in the military. And then there's truckers. I've talked about all these people on my blog, so if you want to check that out, I'd super appreciate it. That's youdeservetoheal.com. Apparently, people who watch videos are a lot different than people who read blogs, which I get because I don't really read too many blogs. So I have to be understanding. So truckers, they have the largest percentage of cluster B personality disorders out of any industry. And that's because of lead poisoning, because of the lead in the gas. These are the most sick people, not gross sick, but their health is just in I've seen them with skin conditions and all kinds of stuff, because these are the people that my family is suck on me the whole time. They're supposed to destroy me, and they're just trying to live their life and have a good day. I feel sorry for them too, but I can help you heal. If you want to take control of your health, you can, and I can show you the way if you would like. But the truckers, they have it bad. I don't understand why my family has them so bad. I believe they're in a union. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not quite sure. Fast food workers. Fast food workers have it super bad. They actually they poison people on a daily. Who would have thought, right? But I have never really liked fast food since I think whenever they changed to the GMO foods, I think that was around when I was 6, 7, or 8. That's when it all switched around at the fast food places, and it became worse. And I've just never really enjoyed fast food, and I didn't understand how people could actually survive eating it every day. Well, now I know it's because they poison people's food. Like, someone like me, if I go get food from somewhere, it's gonna be poisoned. Like, I have a hard time getting food from Walmart without having drugs on it. I mean, and I still get water with lead, so that's a problem. That's an issue. But, and then let's see here. And then like hospital people, medical professionals, pharmacy people, emergency medical people, all those people are enslaved. My grandma Kudearoff worked at the hospital, and my uncle D, he worked at the hospital as well, and now he works at Boeing. So it's all connected. It's all connected. The hospital people are the worst. They really are the worst. I have not forgiven them at all. They have tortured me the most. And that is how I found my desire to want to heal myself, is because every time I went to a medical professional, I felt worse. And they always got me hooked on things like drugs. Like, even if they're pharmaceuticals, they're still drugs. So, yeah, they used to put MDMA or ecstasy on my anxiety drugs. I'm not sure if everyone who takes anxiety pills gets the ecstasy on their drugs or ecstasy on their pills, but I'm starting to think that maybe everybody who does take benzos, like Xanax, Klonopins. I took Klonopins for almost like, it was over 15 years, but that was the worst. They had me like going and seeing one doctor. Like, I would fly home to Oregon when I lived in Vegas to go see a doctor that I had in Oregon. It's pretty bad. Like, they had me good. They really did have me good. It was pretty intense. So beware of all medical professionals. And if you think that your medical professional is doing something wrong, see what, maybe like, try and heal yourself. I would say avoid them at all costs, because they use the medical profession to enslave people and hurt people and punish people. It's not to heal you. It's to make you worse. So be aware of that. And then we got, let's see here, Walmart workers. We've talked about them. I feel sorry for them because their gut bacteria, all the gas that they use in those places is going to destroy your gut bacteria. And even just going in there for like small periods of time as like a consumer has affected my gut bacteria. I mean, of course, it's all the gas and the lead and the exhaust and the propane that they've been using out here too, but it's affecting my gut bacteria, and I can feel it, and it's not okay. And these people live like this all the time. They don't know any different. That's the thing. I didn't know any different for a long, long time. And now that I know different, I want to do different. And I want to show you different. Like, we deserve so much more than this. This is not the best it gets. And I can say that from my point of view. Like, right here, right now, is I know this is not the best it gets. Like, life is supposed to be easy. When your brain and your body are functioning properly, life is easy. It's perfect. That's why they war on our brains and our body. The sun's a little crazy. Sorry about that, but we're just going to deal with it. And then we got the USPS people, the UPS and the Postal Service, like all those places where you get mailboxes and stuff. Those people are enslaved. I bet you some of them are union workers, and some of them just maybe have been union workers or military in the past. I know, I'm not sure, like when I order things off Amazon, they get poisoned. So I'm not sure if it's these people or the Amazon workers who do it. But even like my rock stars, I was ordering my cases of rock stars off Amazon, and they had ecstasy in them and lead, all kinds of stuff. So it's, I don't know, but those people, I'm hoping. And then let's see here. So the postal people, and then bikers. I'm not quite sure, but here's the deal. My Aunt N and my Uncle D, they got divorced. They like divided and conquered and married into different families. And my Aunt N, she got bikers when she married into the family that she is in now. I'm not sure what kind of people my Uncle D got. They're better quality people, though. I definitely see that. I love the bikers, though. They, when I was a stripper, I used to drink with them sometimes. They're very kind and good hearts. And I think people just pick on them. Like, I don't understand why. They're good people. We all are good people. Why do we pick on one another? It's like a pecking order thing. Oh, I'm more evil than you, or I'm up here so I can do this to you. Like, why would you want to do that? That makes no sense. So the bikers, they're good people. And I think people just make them do bad things because that's what my family does. They make everybody do bad things. And, ugh, yeah. And a lot of them, like, if they don't have teeth, that means that they're having to, like, there's lead in the gas. And so a lot of them, and then they probably put lead in the meth, in the drugs. Let's just keep going. And then there's ex-cons. Those people really get it bad because my family loves to torture people. Absolutely loves to torture people, especially covertly, especially if you're isolated. And prison people are extremely isolated. Basically, they get the same thing done to them that I had done to me when I was a child, because I was isolated. I was an only child and I was alone. And so they just basically locked me away covertly. There were no actual locks, but I knew I would get it if any, like, I could not. No, there was no fighting back. There was no fighting back. Especially after my grandma died when I was 8, there was absolutely no fighting back whatsoever. When I was younger and she was around a little bit, like, I had someone I could tell things to, but even then, she was pretty powerless over them by then. It was sad. You could tell she'd lost total control. She loved me, though, and she loved everyone, and everyone loved her. I hope you all got a chance to meet her. She was a really amazing lady. Really amazing lady. And she had been tortured her whole fucking life, too. Just like me. I don't know if she was super smart like me. The language difference, I think, made a difference. And she had super bad lead poisoning, too. And she had 10 kids. So they really poison you hard when you're pregnant. So it's bad. Okay, and then Native Americans. Everybody tries to pick on Native Americans. Like, everyone, like, the Forest Service or whatever, those people are enslaved too. And the Native Americans, you're just trying to make a deal with anyone who will give you some power, give you some of your power back. And I can get that. I negotiate with terrorists all the time in an effort to try to get some feeling of control over my life. And so I totally understand. And I hope this video will free you people and give you some of your control back. Because if people know what my family, the Kudearoffs, are doing to you people, then you shouldn't have to do it. Because people will know, right? We're not supposed to talk about these things. And then let's talk about the churches. The churches. I told you about the church I found here in New Mexico that was just open about gassing people. I loved church. Well, I didn't love it, but I liked it when I was younger. And then it changed around like 4 to 6. It changed. Yeah, because by the time my grandparents died, or my grandma died when I was 8, it had been weird for a while because we stopped going. We stopped going to a lot of things when I was younger. So that's how they still kept me kind of well, but then is weird. My mom just wanted to keep me to herself, to poison me herself. She wanted to torture me herself. She didn't want to share her toys. She's like that a lot. I used to refer to my family as my science experiment because we all have different health issues, and I've always been interested in health, and she hated it when I said that. And especially when I said, why would I want to have a kid? Because look at how unhealthy we all are. Obviously, we don't have good genes. You could just see the anger in her eyes, oh my God, because she thinks we're the best, and we're just human like everybody else, and we're twice as toxic as everybody else because my mom, I think she's been poisoning her sisters, brothers and sisters since she was a kid. My mom is the kind of person who would have killed a dog when she was younger. I'm sure she did kill animals. I don't know though. I can't prove it. I wasn't around. But I'm sure her brothers and sisters know. And I'm sure Aunt In, I think she probably killed animals too. I don't think they had animals when they were little, but she's pretty bad. But my Aunt In had to put up with my mom too. Not only did she have society and my grandparents picking on her, she had my mom, and I can understand, I was the only one my mom had to pick on when I was little, and I could see how that would break some people. Most people, it's still most people's hearts. I get that. I'm talking really fast. Sorry, I've been thinking about this for a while. And I just want to say it all because they just poison me, and then it just gets too much. And So we're just going to keep going here. Okay, so we got the churches, we got car dealerships, and real estate. Real estate has the second highest rate of cluster B personality disorders out of any industry. And I actually have my Arizona real estate license, and there's a lot of ex-military in the real estate industry. And also, they suck at sales. They absolutely suck at sales, because sales is all about connecting with people. And if you have a cluster B personality disorder, you have issues with your empathy. Well, if you can't empathize with people, how are you going to help them find what they want? So yeah, that was interesting. And then car dealerships, cars, lead ruins your gut bacteria. And then you get the used car salesman. It's just ridiculous, right? And then we got the mothers. Well, what was it? Like 43% of children by the time they're 18 have at least one chronic illness. It was something outlandish like that. I forget exactly what it is. But mothers are sick, or mothers have dark empathy, because dark empathy is when your love feels like hate. People are so sick nowadays. And it has to do with like immunizations and all the lead, but it has to do with the schools too, the public schools. You all send your kids to schools that destroy them. You feed them the bad food. You know what you're doing, and you do it because you feel like you have to. I hope this video makes it so you don't have to. You need to love your children. You need to care for them. You need to nurture them. You need to not destroy your children. Your children are beautiful. Didn't you have them so that you can love them? Love is not destroying. Love is nurturing and caring. Sorry, that one's hard on my heart. AA and NA. These people have it the worst. Like, these people, not only have they been picked on by my family so much that they seek comfort outside of themselves at all times, like, they're not even able to seek comfort inside of them because their gut bacteria is all fucked up. They have heavy metal toxicity, parasites, viruses, and then they get together and they share all that shit with each other. So, like, those meetings I have gone looking for answers during vulnerable times, and all I have found is people preying on each other. It's wrong. And then the people who've been in there for like 15, 20 years, 10, 15, 20 years, those are the people who are like have turned all the way to the dark side and are just enslaving everybody. They want you, like, you go there, you get enslaved, and then they ask you to enslave others. That's what they do. That's pretty much how my family works. It's just really evident at the AA and NA. And then ranchers and farmers. I feel sorry for you people too. Like, you know what's happening to the food. And like, it takes one moment of my family being vengeful, vengeful, to like undo generations of work. And you have to comply. Otherwise, they're going to put your business, like your family business, out of business. And what the hell do you put, like, okay, so the water has lead, the soil has lead, and the vegetables and fruits have GMOs, so it's pretty much just craziness. But then what do you add to the livestock feed? It's got to be something. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's really bad in chicken, though, and pork. But chicken is the worst, I think. They say it's omega-6, omega-3, like, balances off, but what do y'all do to make it off? Like, there's something you're doing to that stuff. And then the last group I have on here on my list is the travelers, the RV, and the car people. So, we talked about them yesterday. So basically, everyone has been enslaved by my family because the military, the unions, and the prison people. And Aunt In is the wizard behind the curtain. She was the one who won on my mom losing control over me. She had the most to gain. That's a lot to take in. This is a long video. I'm sorry about that, but there's a lot of people. So let's do a positive thought of the day. I hope you people find freedom in this. I hope if I say enough things out loud, you can find freedom. That's the goal. I do not want anyone to go to jail or prison. I want you to find healing in whatever way that means to you. whether it be like moving away from society and never having to interact with this bullshit, or change, like becoming more of a part of it and changing it. I guess maybe that's the good thought of the day. What would your dream be? Do you want to take part in changing society? What's happiness to you? Do you want to move away to the middle of nowhere and just be kind of comfortable on your own? Like, I've tried all of it. I've tried to be a part of stuff. I've tried to move away, and you just got to figure out what's going to work the best for you. So what does your ideal world look like? How would that feel on your nervous system and on your brain? That's a really good thought. So think of that with me today. What's your ideal world? And what's your role in your ideal world? Have a good day. We'll talk again soon, my revolutionary people. Woo.